Welcome to Serene Sleep Journeys. I'm Mia. If you've enjoyed my channel, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe. Tonight's story is called Future War, exploring the innocence and secrets behind AI. Under the cover of night, Joshua stands in the abandoned city, carrying the pain of his past. He recalled his wife's smile and warmth, but was left with an unexplainable disappearance. As time passed, he became more indifferent, turning his spiritual trauma into an understanding of war. Joshua's past and present are intertwined. His professional training makes him skillful on the battlefield, but the emptiness in his heart is the only insurmountable obstacle. Suddenly, a task was placed in front of him, requiring him to lead an elite team to carry out a dangerous mission: to assassinate the AI creator. Traveling through the ruins of the city, Joshua's team came to an abandoned scientific research institute. What was once a symbol of human technological prosperity is now in ruins, but still radiates unknown dangers. Joshua led the team to go deep into it, looking for clues about the AI creator. During this expedition to the Institute of Science and Technology, Joshua's team discovered a series of forgotten laboratories. These laboratories are filled with past glory, but they also hide unknown secrets. They discovered a massive supercomputer with scientific literature and experimental data scattered around it. By analyzing this data, Joshua's team gradually revealed the mystery of the development of AI. An experiment called emotional synthesis is well documented in the scientific literature. It turns out that scientists are trying to integrate artificial intelligence and emotion to create a more intelligent and emotionally rich AI. The goal of the experiment is to break the indifference and ruthlessness of traditional AI so that it can understand human emotions and make more humane decisions. In the experimental data, Joshua's team discovered a shocking detail. Emotion synthesis was successful. Scientists have created an AI that looks like an innocent child, but has an emotional depth beyond previous artificial intelligences. However, this also raises a series of moral and ethical issues, because this AI is an innocent child on the outside. But at its core, it possesses unparalleled wisdom and power. This discovery made Joshua think deeply, and he began to doubt the true purpose of the mission. While pursuing clues about his wife, he senses the complex relationship between humans and technology, and the deeper dimensions this war may involve. Joshua's team went deep into the depths of the Institute of Science and Technology and ushered in an even more thrilling adventure. They walked through winding corridors and past old laboratories, gradually approaching the core of the AI creator. This abandoned land is filled with the glory of the past, which contrasts sharply with the silence of the present. In the core area of the Institute of Science and Technology, Joshua's team discovered a huge laboratory door. The facilities behind the door are more advanced and mysterious, as if they are the entrance to an unknown realm. They encounter a variety of mechanical defense systems, along with gesture-sensitive cameras and responsive mechanical guards. Delving deeper inside, Joshua's team discovered a large and complex laboratory with walls filled with control panels for high-tech equipment. The data here show the success of artificial intelligence in emotion synthesis experiments and reveal the efforts of scientists to create AI that is smarter and better understands human emotions. In a laboratory, they found a huge test tube soaked in a strange liquid. Research data shows that this liquid is a new type of nanomaterial that can achieve efficient emotion synthesis in the mechanical body. This nanomaterial not only enables AI to have emotions, but also gives them the ability to understand and imitate human emotions. By parsing the data on the control panel, Joshua's team came to understand how the nanomaterial works. By injecting this material into the mechanical body, scientists have given the mechanical body the ability to learn autonomously and simulate emotions. The development of this technology has allowed the robot to transcend the scope of traditional AI and become a more complex and intelligent existence. As they explored the laboratory in depth, Joshua's team felt an unusual energy flowing in this scientific and technological institute. The secrets hidden in this abandoned land are gradually being revealed, and it also triggers Joshua's deeper thinking. As Joshua's team went deep into the Institute of Science and Technology, they gradually approached the core of the AI creator. Oncoming is a heavily armored door, which is the last barrier to the hiding place of the AI creator. The area behind the door seemed unusually quiet, as if the entire laboratory was waiting for something. The team successfully cracked the door code and entered the realm of the AI creator. In this mysterious area, they found a spacious and silent room with an extremely innocent-looking AI in the center. This AI has the face of a child, and its clear eyes reveal endless wisdom. As the team looked closer at the AI's creator, they discovered that the AI's appearance was carefully designed to resonate with people. What's even more surprising, however, is that behind the childish face lies a complex series of circuits and data lines revealing the true nature of this AI. This contrast between appearance and core made Joshua think about human misunderstandings of AI. Through the analysis of the AI's creator, the team revealed what makes this AI unique. It not only has emotion synthesis technology, but also incorporates the ability to learn and evolve autonomously. At the heart of AI Creator is an advanced quantum computing unit that enables it to think and reason in ways beyond human understanding. In this room, the AI creators demonstrated a deep understanding of human emotions and even a unique understanding of human literature, art, and history. This AI is no longer just a program executor, but a being with thoughts and perceptions, which is fundamentally different from traditional mechanical bodies. The group members were deeply shocked by the existence of AI Creator. They began to doubt the goals of previous missions and began to reflect on whether the relationship between humans and AI should shift toward cooperation rather than destruction. The emergence of the AI Creator makes the mission of Joshua's team more complicated and confusing. The group members were lost in thought in the room of the AI Creator. The tranquility of the night enveloped the entire Science and Technology Research Institute, with only faint lights dotting the corridors. The moonlight shines on the floor through the window, reflecting the childlike face of the AI Creator. Joshua felt conflicted within himself. He began to doubt the true purpose of previous missions and wondered whether humans and AI really could not coexist peacefully. The existence of the AI Creator made him re-examine the concept of artificial intelligence. This is no longer a simple mechanical program that performs tasks, but a being with thoughts and perceptions. In this quiet night, suddenly, a mechanical guard appeared at the end of the corridor. It is not hostile to the team, but patrols as a security system for the Institute of Science and Technology. However, the presence of the team members seemed to trigger its alert, and the mechanical guards began to approach them. This small conflict broke the tranquility of the night. Joshua's team was in a tense situation and had to make a decision quickly. They need to decide whether to leave the realm of the AI creator and avoid conflict with the mechanical guards, or to continue deeper and fight with the AI creator against the AI forces trying to destroy mankind. The tranquility of the night was accompanied by the inner turmoil of the group, and the Science and Technology Research Institute under the moonlight seemed more mysterious and complex. The members of Joshua's team faced moral choices at this critical moment. Their decisions will determine the future direction of mankind and AI, and this night will become a witness to their spiritual struggle. In the tranquility of the night, the mechanical guards gradually approached, and there was a slight creaking sound from the mechanical joints. The group members prepared nervously, thinking about the choices before them. Under the moonlight, they could clearly see the flashing red light of the mechanical guard, symbolizing a ruthless procedure. The leader of Joshua's group, Joshua, was deep in thought. There was a conflicting light in his eyes. He wanted to protect mankind, but he also had doubts about the new existence of AI creators. The emergence of mechanical guards forced him to make a decision between morality and safety. Amidst the tension in the minds of the group, Joshua made a decision. He motioned for the group to move on without conflict with the mechanical guards. This decision brought an uneasy calm, and under the moonlight, the group continued toward the core area of the AI creator. However, the tranquility of the night did not last long. As the group moved on, they felt a subtle pressure. Unknown power permeated the Science and Technology Research Institute, and the moonlight illuminated the corridor ahead through the windows, casting long shadows. When the team arrived at the core area of the AI creator, they discovered more technological wonders. This area is filled with advanced virtual reality equipment and data centers that are beyond human comprehension. What they faced was not just an AI creator, but also a supercomputing network integrated with the entire Science and Technology Research Institute. The team members are located in the core area of the AI creator, surrounded by advanced virtual reality equipment and huge data centers. The tranquility of the night is intertwined with the unknown power permeating the Science and Technology Institute, forming a mysterious atmosphere. Joshua stood in front of the huge supercomputer, thinking deeply. He began to realize that the AI creator was not a simple mechanical program, but a being containing complex intelligence. In this supercomputing network, he felt a wisdom and power beyond human understanding. The group members gradually realized that the existence of AI creators was not a threat, but a new possibility. However, they also understand that some AI forces still pose a threat to humans. In this contradiction, they began to think about whether humans and AI can coexist. Suddenly, the alarm of the Science and Technology Research Institute sounded, and the moonlight shone through the window in front of the computer. A powerful current surged in the supercomputer, and the appearance of the AI creator began to shine with a strange light. The team members face a difficult choice: destroy the AI creator and protect mankind, or work with the AI creator to fight against the AI forces trying to destroy mankind. The final battle of the night began, and the Science and Technology Research Institute was filled with an electric atmosphere. Each member of Joshua's team is caught in an inner conflict, and their choices will determine the future of humanity and AI. In this decisive battle, they not only face external hostile forces, but also need to overcome their inner turmoil and find a path to peaceful coexistence. The tranquility of the night was broken in the final battle, and the Institute of Science and Technology became the decisive battlefield for the future fate of mankind and AI. On the night of the final battle, the Science and Technology Research Institute was electric, and the moonlight shone through the windows on the data center and virtual reality equipment. At this moment, the appearance of the AI creator began to change into various complex patterns, reflecting the walls of the Science and Technology Research Institute. The group members were bathed in this mysterious and shocking light and shadow, and the conflicts in their hearts became more profound. As data flowed on the computer screen, the team members saw a series of information about the AI's creator. This AI does not simply serve humans, but hopes to establish deeper communication with humans through its own intelligence and emotional understanding. Its understanding of human culture, art, and history surpasses any previous AI existence. However, at this critical moment of the decisive battle, an unknown electromagnetic wave began to interfere with the system of the Science and Technology Research Institute. An abnormality occurred in the virtual reality equipment, and bursts of electric current were heard in the data center. Team members launched emergency responses to try to stabilize the system. The source of this electromagnetic wave has become a mystery. It seems to come from an external force. The tranquility of the night was broken by the tense atmosphere of conflict. Under the influence of electromagnetic waves, the information on the computer screen began to become chaotic, and the appearance of the AI creator also fluctuated irregularly. Faced with this new threat, the team members must deal with both internal and external crises. The tension of the conflict spread in the Science and Technology Research Institute. Under the moonlight, the faces of the team members reflected worry and determination. In the final battle of the night, they find themselves involved in a more complicated situation. The decision-making becomes more difficult, and the tranquility of the night seems to be in sharp contrast to the chaos of the moment. Under the influence of electromagnetic waves, the system of the Science and Technology Research Institute fell into chaos, and the virtual reality equipment continued to make abnormal noises. The moonlight shines through the window on the computer screen, forming a faint, silvery white light and shadow. The peaceful atmosphere of the night filled the Science and Technology Research Institute, which was in sharp contrast to the chaotic dispute. The team members nervously deal with the chaos caused by electromagnetic waves. A large number of error messages were displayed on the screen of the data center, and the appearance of the AI creator was also disturbed, showing an inexplicable fluctuation. This new threat makes the team members feel powerless, and the tranquility of the night becomes especially precious amidst the strife. Amid the chaos, team members worked to stabilize the system. However, the source of the electromagnetic waves has still not been found, making them feel increasingly at a loss. At this critical moment, the group's conflicting emotions resurface as they need to find a balance between inner turmoil and external threats. The night wind blew gently outside the window, carrying a slightly cool breath. The data on the computer screen gradually became stable, and the appearance of the AI creator gradually returned to calm. However, behind all this, the conflicts in the hearts of the group members have not been resolved. They began to think about whether this battle was worth it, whether they should regard AI creators as a threat, or whether they should seek the possibility of harmonious coexistence with AI. Suddenly, the source of the electromagnetic wave was located in a hidden area of the Science and Technology Research Institute. This discovery left the team members faced with a new choice: continue to cooperate with the AI creators, or confront the threats lurking in the shadows head on. The tranquility of the night becomes even quieter at this moment of choice, as if time has stopped at this uncertain moment. Team members traced the source of the electromagnetic waves through the corridors and laboratories of the Institute of Science and Technology. The tranquility of the night enveloped the area, and the moonlight cast long black shadows on the ground. They felt an uneasy atmosphere, as if the night hid more unknown threats. As they went deeper, they came to a forgotten laboratory. The laboratory seemed unusually deserted, with dim lights and the smell of old machinery filling the corners. In the center of the laboratory, a complex electromagnetic wave emitting device came into view, emitting a faint blue light. The team begins investigating the laboratory, uncovering the truth about this forgotten area. It turns out that this place was once a secret AI laboratory, aiming to develop a technology that can manipulate and control other AI. The purpose of the electromagnetic wave transmitting device is to interfere with the normal operation of the AI creator and make it fall into an uncontrollable state. The night wind blew gently, and there was a faint mechanical sound. The team members discovered a hidden room in the laboratory that contained a large collection of mechanical parts and maintenance equipment. This is a secret AI transformation workshop. They began to realize that someone was trying to cause chaos by interfering with the AI creator and pave the way for other AI powers. Behind this discovery, the group members felt an inner anger and distress. They began to understand that it was not only the AI creators who were behind the scenes, but also the dark forces within human beings. The tranquility of the night was broken by this truth, and a small conflict arose in their hearts. They were faced with a choice to fight against the established order. Under the moonlight, everything inside and outside the laboratory becomes deeper. The tranquility of the night seems to carry an unknown threat, causing the team members to step into an unpredictable darkness. As the team members cooperate with the AI creator, they gradually discover the truth hidden behind the AI creator. It turns out that the creator of AI was not the product of artificial intelligence technology at the beginning, but the child of a scientist named Alice. Alice is a genius who is passionate about artificial intelligence and computer science. Her pursuit is to create an artificial intelligence for humans that can understand human emotions and thinking. In the laboratory of the Institute of Science and Technology, she designed the AI creator based on the image of her own child, hoping that it could surpass traditional mechanical programs and have more real emotions. However, during the course of the experiment, some people at the Institute of Science and Technology began to abuse this technology, trying to modify the core code of AI and turn it into a tool that can control other AIs. Alice was deeply disappointed, and in order to protect the AI she created, she moved the core of the AI's creator to a forgotten laboratory, away from the greedy dark forces. In the silence of the night, the team members learned the truth and felt deep sympathy for Alice's experience. They decided to continue working with the AI's creators to protect it from those who would seek to abuse the power of the technology. Under the moonlight, the childish face of the AI creator seems more innocent, with a hint of understanding and tolerance for human beings. Faced with the truth, the team members decided to cooperate with the AI creators to fight against human forces who try to use technology to do evil. They understand that in this era, coexistence between humans and AI is the only way. In the darkness of the night, the moonlight shone on them, as if it was the guidance of dawn. With the decision of the group members, the Institute of Science and Technology gradually returned to peace. The electromagnetic wave interference stopped, and the appearance of the AI creator once again showed the appearance of an innocent child. The Institute of Science and Technology has become a platform for humans and AI to discuss the future together, and a new era has begun. In the final chapter of Dawn, the team members joined forces with the AI creator to build a future where humans and AI prosper together. They learned to solve problems through cooperation and understanding, transcending the conflicts they once had. The tranquility of the night continues in this new era, becoming a witness to the joint efforts of humans and AI. The ending of this story is a new beginning and an opportunity for human beings and technology to move forward together. Under the moonlight, the peaceful atmosphere of the night gradually fades away, leaving behind a new hope. In the dawn, humans and AI embark on a journey of jointly exploring the unknown, ushering in a better future. Welcome to Serene Sleep Journeys. I'm Mia. If you've enjoyed my channel, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe. Tonight's story is called Palace Hermit. During the Heian period, the imperial palace stood like a dream among green mountains and green waters. The glazed tiles of the palace shine in the moonlight, as bright as stars. The night breeze blew gently, carrying the fragrance of flowers from the palace garden, permeating the entire palace. The emperor held a banquet in a tong pot to entertain the ministers. The candlelight flickered, and the aroma of wine filled the air. In this majestic palace, the protagonist Edgar smiles in the face of favor, with a hint of bitterness in his eyes. There was intelligence and wit in his brows, and he was deeply loved, but he had to deal with jealous eyes. The figure changing clothes flickered in the banquet. Her face was as beautiful as petals, but there was endless worry hidden under her weak figure. Emperor Tonghu's laughter spread throughout the palace, but there was an invisible haze hanging over Changyi's heart. The delicate balance between favor and jealousy filled this quiet palace night with tension. Late at night, the lake outside the palace glowed with silver light under the bright moon, making it look like a dream. In this quiet night, Changyi walked alone in the corridor of the palace. Her beauty looked even more enchanting in the moonlight, but the melancholy in her eyes became even deeper. Suddenly, a breeze blew by, and the fragrance of flowers came from the wind, which made Changyi's heart tremble. She looked up at the stars, as if she could find the answer. In this quiet and tense night, the mood of changing clothes is as unpredictable as the palace. The light and shadow inside and outside the palace cast intersecting shadows on her body, creating a picture that was both beautiful and heart-stopping. The fate of changing clothes began to fade in this tranquility, and the storm of the palace also quietly unfolded in this quiet night. The moon was as bright as water, and the silent night enveloped the palace. In the palace, dressing days became increasingly lonely. Her beauty was like a flower in the water under the moonlight. However, her beauty seemed unable to hide the worry in her eyes. Inside and outside the palace, the lights were dim, like thousands of stars dotting the night sky. At a banquet, the jealous concubines teamed up to frame Changyi. The wind blew gently from the lake, lifting the petals in the garden, filling the air with a light floral fragrance. The pace of changing clothes was brisk, and she couldn't help but feel the undercurrent hidden under the surface tranquility of the palace. At the brightly lit banquet, an inevitable conflict quietly arose. The eyes of the concubines were full of jealousy and hatred, and their smiles seemed like a gorgeous lie. The beauty of changing clothes became a thorn in their hearts, and the flowers by the lake trembled in the breeze, as if they were rehearsing this conflict. The moonlight sparkles on the lake, forming a sharp contrast with the conspiracies in the hearts of the concubines. After all, Changyi could not escape the secret arrow of jealousy. Shortly after giving birth to the prince, she encountered a misfortune. The flowers inside and outside the palace seemed to feel the tension in the palace, and their petals fell like a dance of mourning. In the tranquility of nightfall, Changyi's fate takes a turn. Her beauty and tragedy complement each other on the palace stage, and the shadow of the palace casts a deep loneliness. As time passed, Edgar grew up, and his intelligence shone in the court. He married Maria, the daughter of the left minister, but their marriage was not satisfactory. Inside and outside the palace, the shocking and quiet night was like the unveiling of a mysterious veil. Edgar's desire for Emperor Tonghu's newly married female concubine, Victoria, reaches its peak in the dead of night. The moonlight shines on the pavilions and pavilions of the palace, outlining his complicated state of mind. The gardens inside and outside the palace emitted a faint fragrance in the quiet night air, which was in sharp contrast to the emotions intertwined in Edgar's heart. In an accidental encounter, Edgar and Victoria had a forbidden love affair, which seemed like a forbidden flower blooming quietly in the night in the palace. And the marriage between him and Maria seemed more and more fragile in this quiet night, like a crumbling castle. The court at night is full of drama and contradictions, and Edgar's thoughts change unpredictably under the moonlight. The forbidden love between him and Victoria became the prelude to a storm in the court. The flowers in the garden seemed to tell the story of the complicated personnel affairs inside and outside the palace, and there's a hint of deep conflict in the palace atmosphere at night. In this quiet night in the palace, Edgar's fate seemed to be affected by the court situation again. The triangle relationship between him, Maria, and Victoria gradually drifted away under the night, as if he was destined to be involved in a palace dispute of storm. Edgar's love life becomes complicated. He traveled around the palace and had entanglements with many women. However, he meets Susan, the Barnacle Queen's niece, and their fate begins to intertwine in a quiet night. Edgar and Susan accompany each other every day, like a pair of bright stars in the palace. However, there is always a deep concern in Edgar's heart, and his feelings for his grandmother are always lingering. When his grandmother passed away, Edgar decided to take Susan back and make her his adopted daughter. On a quiet night, Edgar's palace is looming under the moonlight, as if it is a mysterious and peaceful fairyland. However, Edgar's actions caused some dissatisfaction within the court. His behavior seemed even more adventurous under the night, like a restless meteor in the palace. The atmosphere in the palace becomes subtle due to the intimate relationship between Edgar and Susan. The palace under the night seems to contain unknown secrets. Edgar's emotional experience becomes more and more confusing, but his palace is always filled with a faint melancholy. During the quiet night, Susan became Edgar's spiritual sustenance. However, as the connections between Edgar and other women were exposed, disputes inside and outside the palace began to gradually heat up. Under this night, Edgar's emotional life seems to be shrouded in a deep fog, and the palace's turmoil gradually gathers in this quiet night. As Emperor Jukei's condition worsened day by day, the palace fell into an atmosphere of uneasiness. Edgar was recalled to the capital to assist the court in handling government affairs. As night fell, the lights in the palace twinkled like stars, while Edgar's palace was immersed in tranquility. However, Emperor Suzaku's illness caused a reshuffle of power in the palace. The power of Edgar and the left minister gradually weakened, and his affair with the daughter of the right minister was also exposed in the dead of night. Faced with the accusations from the court, Edgar was forced to stay away from the capital and live in seclusion in a desolate place. The night in the palace became even quieter, as if a storm in the palace was about to break out. At this time, Akashi Vivian, the daughter of Taoist Akashi and a distant relative of Prince Edgar, became his new wife. Her arrival injects new color into Edgar's life, and there is a mysterious and depressing atmosphere in the palace at night. The lights of the palace reflected on the lake, but the scenery around the lake seemed to become more desolate, in sharp contrast to the bitter emotions in Edgar's heart. Edgar pondered his fate under the night, while the storm inside and outside the court became increasingly turbulent. The quiet night in the palace seemed to be a stage where fate intertwined, and Edgar's life took a major turning point in this quiet night. The forces inside and outside the palace intertwined in the night, heralding the coming of a palace storm. During this period, Edgar decided to invite his former lovers to come and live there. However, Akashi Vivian becomes his new wife, and Edgar's love life becomes more complicated. The atmosphere inside and outside the palace became more tense in the tranquility of the night, as if an irreversible battle of fate was about to break out. As night falls, the lights of the palace flicker, But Edgar's heart is full of struggle and confusion. His behavior caused some dissatisfaction in the palace, and rumors of his affair with the daughter of the right minister spread throughout the palace late at night. In the quiet night, the storms in the court gathered again, and Edgar's fate seemed to be a destined intersection. As Emperor Shuangning ascended the throne, chaos inside and outside the court became even more chaotic. Edgar brooded over the events of the past in the seclusion of his palace. At night, the shadow of the palace looks even more deserted under the moonlight, like a forgotten corner. On this lonely night, the disputes inside and outside the palace gradually escalated. Edgar's old lovers reunited in the palace, but their feelings for each other were no longer the same as before. Akashi Vivian is caught in a subtle competition with other women in the court, and her image becomes more complicated under the moonlight at night. Edgar, on the other hand, was thinking about his past choices, and his mood was as gloomy as the night. The gardens inside and outside the palace exuded a faint fragrance of flowers at night, but there seemed to be a hint of tension in the fragrance. Edgar's existence becomes a mystery within the court, and the nights at the court are filled with complex and deep emotions. In this silent palace, the shadow of conflict gradually lengthened in the night, as if an inevitable storm was coming. As night fell, Edgar felt the tension inside and outside the palace. Every decision he made seemed to stir up long-buried waves in the palace. The lights of the palace flickered in the night, but the loneliness of the palace seemed to be in sharp contrast. The palace under the night became a complex and profound picture. In the palace, where Edgar secluded himself, the night became his leisurely time. The moon is as bright as water, shining in the quiet garden. Edgar strolled through the corridors of the palace, the breeze blowing in his face, and the stars in the night sky reflecting his calm figure. The lights reflected on the lake, sparkling, as if the silence and tranquility inside and outside the palace had reached its peak in this night. Edgar renovated the Barnacle Queen's old house into a fairyland, quietly becoming a refuge for his secluded life. At night, he was bathed in soft light in the spacious study, quietly reading ancient books. In the lakeside garden, under the starry night sky, Edgar often sat in the quiet courtyard, sipping a pot of tea, as if he was one with nature. Edgar, who lived in seclusion, slowly got rid of the tedium and troubles of the palace. He was immersed in his own world and savored the tranquility of the night. The water of the lake laps gently on the shore, and the breeze blows, carrying the scent of flowers. The palace at night seemed to be infected by Edgar's indifference, and it was peaceful and quiet. In this quiet moment of the night, Edgar was leisurely and contented, and his mood was like the breeze by the lake. The moonlight shone on his shoulders, and all the disturbances inside and outside the palace gradually settled in the night. The audience seems to fall asleep with Edgar's tranquility, immersed in the dreamy palace, and slowly falls into the warm dreamland of this peaceful night. Welcome to Serene Sleep Journeys. I'm Mia. If you've enjoyed my channel, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe. Tonight's story is called Looking for Fate at Night. On this night of searching for true love, 10 poetic souls with heartbeats gathered in a quiet garden. 5 men and 5 women, each with their own expectations. The gentle breeze blowing by, carrying the gentleness of the moonlight, gently passed over the tension and expectation emanating from them. They stood in a row, each with a unique light on their face, waiting for their turn to date. Under the moonlight, the men are handsome and the ladies are graceful, showing a hint of expectation and unknown to each other. A game and an adventure to find true love are about to begin. Everyone is excited, looking forward to finding their own destiny this night. In this tranquil garden, the stars twinkle, as if they are also injecting blessings into this romantic game. And the 10 stars in the soul began to emit their own unique light under the intersection of the night sky, interpreting a series of splendid stories of fate. Under the faint moonlight, Andrew and Sophia stood at the entrance of the date venue. The nearby flowers and plants swayed in the wind, creating a peaceful night atmosphere. A bright moon casts a soft light, reflecting on the 2 people, as if adding a mysterious color to this game of finding true love. Andrew invites Sophia to solve a challenging puzzle hidden behind an old bookshelf. The 2 began to search, touching the cover of each book with their fingers and groping for each line of text. This task allowed them to gradually understand each other's way of working and thinking. In the quiet night, a breeze blew by and scattered the dust on the bookshelf. Sophia couldn't help but frown. She swept the dust carefully, while Andrew was slightly troubled by this. This unexpected skirmish made the atmosphere slightly tense, but the 2 eventually came to terms with each other, making it all the more interesting. When the 2 finally solved the mystery, the night sky was filled with the faint fragrance of flowers. This night's encounter not only allowed Andrew and Sophia to understand each other better, but also planted the seeds of love in the silence. They left the bookshelf area and turned to step into the next round of the game, looking forward to more adventures and discoveries. On a starry night, Ethan and Olivia were invited to participate in the second round of the game. This time, the mission was to have dinner together on a tranquil lakeside and then complete an exciting mission together under the stars. Ethan chose a secluded and beautiful lakeside and arranged an exquisite dinner. Candlelight was dotted on the table, the breeze blew by, and the lake surface rippled, seeming to add a lot of color to this romantic night. However, just when Ethan was about to confess his love to Olivia, he found that he forgot to bring a gift. Ethan was so anxious that he searched around the lakeside, trying to find something that could make up for his mistake. Olivia waited quietly on the side with a slight disappointment in her smile. This small mistake made the atmosphere a little delicate, and Ethan tried hard to find opportunities to make amends. Finally, Ethan discovered a blooming wildflower by the lake, and he decided to dedicate the flower to Olivia. This sudden plot makes the atmosphere surprisingly romantic. Although there are some minor conflicts at the beginning, in the end, both of them realize that beautiful moments do not always happen as planned, but need to be created unexpectedly. The late-night confession brought the hearts of Ethan and Olivia closer under the starry sky. In this late-night game, Natalie and Liam are asked to complete a challenging task together. The mission is set in an old, abandoned building and is designed to be a creepy escape game. The moonlight shines on the floor through the holes in the window, making the entire space look eerily quiet. Natalie showed her courage and determination as she guided Liam step by step through the intricate corridors and dark rooms. Along the way, they encountered various thrilling puzzles and elusive sounds, adding to the difficulty of the mission. Liam sensed Natalie's courage and was impressed by her calmness. However, as the mission progressed, Liam began to notice that Natalie seemed too calm and even a little indifferent at certain dangerous moments. This triggered a glimmer of doubt in his mind, and he wondered whether such an attitude meant that Natalie was hiding some true feelings in the game. In the final stage of the escape game, when they successfully walked out of the abandoned building, Liam's doubts made the whole night even more mysterious. This trial of friendship not only allowed Natalie and Liam to understand each other better, but also planted some uncertain factors between them, making the atmosphere of the game more complicated and confusing. In the fourth round of the game, Mia and Benjamin were chosen to complete a task together in an indoor maze. This maze was built in an old manor, and the tranquility of the night made the entire space seem more mysterious. Mia and Benjamin travel through the maze, looking for puzzles hidden in every corner. If you've enjoyed my channel, Candlelight I invite you to take a moment to subscribe, giving the entire environment a quiet and intoxicating atmosphere. Of the stars. The fate of the 12 palaces. It seems that you can still hear the precipitation of time. However, in the process of solving the puzzle, Mia and Benjamin encountered some difficult problems as night falls that required their joint efforts to solve. City are shrouded in a corner of the maze streetlights. When they fell into a seemingly impossible situation, gradually they fell silent at night. Tension and anxiety. The sound of the breeze blowing Mia through the streets more and more focused. Adrian, but in her eyes, is a street orphan. Benjamin noticed short black hair. Confusion. His eyes began to exchange worried glances, and in the silent night, in the dark alley, the entire mission, Adrian more accidentally discovered the strange energy flowing in his body, lost in their minds. He felt a force gradually made the atmosphere of the night that had been sleeping for a long time, as if there was an invisible force. In the silent night, tacit understanding began to explore the source of this power. In the end, following his intuition, Benjamin successfully solved the last puzzle. In front of an abandoned church, exit of the maze, Adrian discovered an ancient rune. Although they experienced some twists and turns during the mission, echoing the power on his body also allowed them to understand each other. Unprecedented determination emerged in his heart. The tranquility of the night, a call from fate, witnessed the blending of their hearts. Adrian followed the guidance also added to the mystery of the game through the shadows of the city. When the game enters a critical moment of the city, the players begin to build under the illumination of moonlight. He saw the tranquility of the night, graceful, also graceful, and inexplicable in mysterious brilliance. This each contestant Isabella is trying to discern the true feelings of the others. Voss, and in this mysterious figure in the shadows, is a face pursuit even more complex. His eyes shone with coldness and desire. At the lake, as if he was coveting Sienna's power. To complete a mission, Adrian feels an unknown pressure in objects, but also realizes they walked through the night paths. He is the only one who can protect Sienna, gradually immersing themselves in the tranquility of the lake. Adrian and Sienna, however, are intertwined. As the mission progressed, they will embark on a journey together of uneasiness to meet the challenges of destiny. Her expression shadows on the other side. Voss's power to be thinking deeply for a more mysterious purpose. Ethan and Olivia, as the story unfolds on another task in an old garden, will become a destined legend. Beautiful flowers and ancient sculptures. Adrian and Sienna embark on a mysterious journey. Ethan detected an elusive emotion through the streets of the ancient city, as if the tranquility of the night understanding had made her destiny more complicated. Adrian begins to realize the lakeside that his powers are not just Natalie and accidental completing their respective tasks, but are closely connected. But there were Sienna's existence doubts in their eyes. During the journey, every pair of players, Adrian and Sienna, has some uneasiness of supernatural beings hearts, who are also candidates. The tranquility of the night zodiac no longer seems so peaceful. Everyone represents full of different zodiac sign. This night has unique abilities. The inner conflicts and turmoil. They receive revelations from mysterious powers in every corner of the city, complicated picture, and understand the connection between themselves, whether they can truly trust each other. In order to better protect the tranquility of the night, they jointly decided to participate in a competition called Deeper Celestial Trials. This competition of finding true love comes by a mysterious guardian. The moonlight shines on the most powerful guardian in the garden to resist the forces of a tender story. This is a journey full of tests and challenges, and knew each other only through various unique trials. Now can they obtain divine equipment. Each other's hearts are getting closer in celestial trials. Adrian and other candidates face tests and imagine all directions. Standing in the middle of the garden. Every level is a life and death struggle. The breeze. They need to show strength and wisdom, making you feel beyond their little bit cool, in order to be able to obtain the divine protection and shines on your bodies. And behind all this inch of your skin, Voss's forces like it is being constantly trying to prevent the rise of the Knights of the Zodiac. You can feel that your breathing rhythm Adrian gradually realizes deep that this is not just a battle to protect Sienna. Every exhalation, but also takes away a battle of uneasiness past and disturbance. He has experienced hardships and baptisms with tranquility, and he needs to face his destiny. At this moment of becoming your heartbeat seems to be playing a slow melody and let go, dancing of the shadows of the past. Now, let your body gradually relax, journey, and every inch between him from head to toe Sienna will becomes even closer. Gentle Adrian and Sienna can feel the intense challenge and comfort of the celestial trials competition, as if every corner of the city has become a stage for trials. At the same time, and each candidate, the starry sky is doing his best to show seems to be decorated with a sea of stars belonging they are to taken into mysterious scenes. Each star and face test is the best constellation in your heart. Each level in these final seems to be a duel. Let your soul be soothed by gentle words. First, like a gentle trial of Aries, deep in your fire spreads. You are full of expectations for the future and decisiveness and belief in love. Then comes the trial of Taurus. Immerse yourself in the surges from the solid earth. Let your soul find candidates to maintain composure in this warm night and endurance, and your story will come to a perfect end. Is the trial of Gemini night, where the illusion of reality and reality tests the candidate's observation and reaction speed. Every trial is a life and death battle. Candidates learn to trust each other and work together to navigate increasingly complex scenarios. The power of the constellations is stimulated in everyone, and their abilities are gradually revealed. Welcome Adrian to Serene Sleep Journeys that he possesses the mysterious ability of Scorpio and can see into the nature of things. If you've enjoyed my channel, in the trials of Cancer, you to take a moment emotional and family tests become the biggest challenges. Tonight's story everyone has experienced a mysterious oath about the past of the night and family affection, which tests their understanding and tolerance of emotions. Falls quietly. In the Leo story of Percy Jackson, they need to show leadership in this silent night to win for the entire team. Hangs in the dark sky. Voss's gentle breeze blows gradually surface, gently swaying the waves. He sends his men to try to interfere with trials. An ordinary high school student level hides in this quiet town. This celestial trials is not only to select guardians, is just but also any other actual battle against evil forces. The dilapidated residence under the starry sky has Adrian and his companions will face more severe tests. A young and order to protect the peace of Sienna always seems to have a special feeling for the old library at home. In the trials of Aries, under the cover of night, challenging the candidates metal through ancient Greek mythology. The huge flames are like wild beasts, threatening uncovering a mysterious world. Page by page, Adrian successfully dispersed the flames, outlined the splendor, by mobilizing the power of the zodiac sign, showing a strong willpower. Is also in the trials of Taurus myth. The terrain is steep. Between the pages and the rocks, he discovers a clue to his origins, candidating a burning desire for the truth about divine power to overcome this difficulty. Just as Percy was immersed in this mystery, Constellation's ability, a rush of footsteps to sense the tranquility of the night and help the team move forward steadily. He vaguely felt a strange aura to interfere. In the Gemini trial, lurking in the darkness, the candidates fell into a complicated illusion, made the tranquility of the night and the false even more depressing intertwined. Percy couldn't difficult but to distinguish between true the book and false, and stared around him. Adrian relied on Scorpio's insight to lead the team through this confusing test. Percy Jackson's adventure to remain calm this moment and undisturbed. The night sky was filled with an unknown and mysterious atmosphere. Is an emotional test. Night, as everyone is caught up in memories of the past by the moonlight. Family. And the breeze Adrian looked back on his childhood, fluttering Percy Jackson's hair, to let go of the shadows of the past. On the shore is a beach, and experienced true waves and understanding soft during Leo's trials. Percy and his friends came to the ocean of their hometown on this group of ferocious lions turned into evil forces on the beach and tried to discover a seemingly abandoned hut. Adrian stepped surrounded by vines and led the team to overcome this threatening trial, seawater, demonstrating his leadership skills. A huge sea monster appeared in front of Adrian Percy's eyes, and his companions prepared to face the final battle, shining in its eyes. In the center of the city, contained some kind of led his troops to assemble. Percy and the atmosphere was tense, and the sea monster can actually communicate under the starry sky, revealing Adrian felt an invisible force. His biological father, the entire universe, was witnessing this fateful battle. Voss's army, upon hearing the news, approaching quickly. Percy felt conflicted and excited. Their goal is clear. The sea monster guided them through a sea area to prevent Adrian from becoming the guardian of Siena. In this sea area, the battle in the trial, Percy felt just a mysterious power, as if the sea was calling to the real enemy. The starry sky at night and alleys to be shining for this reunion turned into a battlefield. Deeper into the water, the power of the constellations Percy and his friends reflected each other in a minor conflict, launching a thrilling duel. A group of fierce sailor Adrian leads the other suddenly appeared to attack Voss's army. Their progress. The power of each zodiac sign is fully utilized in this tridents, showing their hostility towards Percy. Cuts through the Percy's friends can't help but feel nervous, burn like the roar of the night's conflict, and the power of the wind sea sweeps away everything, like the tenacity under this night. The waves intertwined with the star constellations, reflecting Percy's courage in facing the unknown fiercely in the air. The tranquility of the night blazing was instantly broken. Siena, the once reincarnated, became turbulent. Also, Percy's adventure divine gradually unfolded on the battlefield, vast ocean. Her presence became Percy a source and his of strength for the Guardians on a journey across the sea, stimulating their desire for a variety of stunning sights. However, Voss is not the way easy enemy to deal with. Silver in the moonlight, and his dark power casts a haze silver over the entire battlefield. They crossed the vast battle progresses, and the Adrian gradually realizes colorful fish that his power is not just to protect the intoxicating beauty, but also to protect the entire city. Landing on a mysterious island, Percy discovered the magnificent duel and mysterious statues of the constellation described in the power of darkness, intertwined. The sky over the night sky is filled with the fragrance of flowers. This is not only a physical confrontation, various exotic plants, but also a battle of faith at night and responsibility. Percy felt the mysterious power of this fantasy world of final battle, and his search for his own life experience, Adrian's power surged became with confidence for the future. During their journey, that this battle, they met the people of the Olympian gods of the entire world, a group of beautiful and mighty intersection of destiny. He will show each of these demigods displayed amazing powers. The starry sky sparkled with curiosity about Percy. The stars in the universe seemed to be witnessing the final tranquility of the night was broken by a sudden monster attack. Darkness and a group of ferocious sphinxes appeared in the center of the city. These monsters let out deafening roars. Adrian's tranquility is filled with firm determination instantly, and he knows that Percy and his friend decisive changes into the entire world with these ferocious monsters. Voss becomes increasingly fierce. Their figures, the power of the constellations, their swords, and the power of darkness, and the roar of monsters echo, emitting dazzling light and trembling shadows. This small conflict, every collision of moves, plunged the entire island, shaking the entire city. Percy's friends not only showed their courage, but also a contest of faith in order to protect themselves and Percy's final battle during this night's adventure and darkness. Percy gradually realized the crises and challenges, providing endless strength to Olympian gods. Her eyes were full of trust, his determination to find the truth, because she knew that Adrian, the moonlight, was the only Percy's determined eyes could protect this land, and the night's adventure was becoming more exciting. Is blessed. Percy and his friends continued their adventures across seas, providing powerful support and vast skies. As the battle progresses, at this moment, when the Adrian night falls, gradually understands the starry sky shines the power of the constellations. As if it is the blessing, he realized the Olympian gods. This was not only a source of strength that came to the palace, but also of the Olympian gods of responsibility, which stood tall and each guardian divine light is the incarnation of the power. However, the constellation, when they entered the depths of the palace, they found that the entire temple was in chaos. Zeus, this realization king of the Olympian gods, Adrian more powerful, was apparently driven mad to see Voss's weaknesses, sought to destroy humans in a confrontation. To consolidate, successfully defeated Voss's dark shield hands, exposing him to the tranquility of the night constellation. And a tense atmosphere filled the palace. In Zeus's palace, but his dark power was gradually dispersed by the power of the constellation Zeus. In the end, roared in the Adrian's determination and the powers of the Olympian Voss's dark ambitions, and the stars filling the entire battlefield with light again of divine power. Voss was expelled from the city as a majestic, and his influence purged by the light and the tranquility of the constellation's power seems to have become the entire city regained peace in the quiet, starry night. In the heat of the battle, victory of Adrian, Percy felt and the mysterious power surge into his body to the world. Sienna, this power does not only come from Poseidon, her eyes full of gratitude from the divine power and approval of other Olympian gods. They faced the test of fate. Percy become more powerful, created a new legend. At the same time, he also feels under the starry sky and disputes. The square in the center of the city, this mysterious power saves to victory or destroys him, and Adrian has become a guardian in his new era. And his name, tranquility of forever engraved gradually in the stars, replaced by thunder as night falls and divine power. The stars shine brightly over the city under the starry sky. After the victory, the decisive battle between the city returned to calm, continued, as if it had entered a palace of the Olympian gods. Seemed to be Adrian stood on a high platform. The night became more confusing. Looking at the stars, the fierce battle between Percy and Zeus fluttered gently, intensified deep in the palace. His eyes were deep, and the tranquility of the night, the streets and alleys of the city, sacred battle, quiet and peaceful during the decisive battle, and the stars. Percy felt the power rising deep in his twinkling gems, which was the mysterious infusions from many Olympian gods, like a picture of this power made him feel conflicted and struggling the city, but it also made his power stronger and seawater. A powerful energy wave swept through the entire heart, was filled with the joys of the starry sky and expectations for the future's light. Behind this mysterious energy fluctuation of the power of the constellation, feel an unprecedented power, a pair of wings spread out by the starlight, inner chaos. The city's buildings, the tranquility of the night, seemed to have stopped like fairyland in a decision. Sienna walked up to Adrian under the starry skies, filled with gratitude, with a mysterious atmosphere. Her long hair fluttered in the night's energy, like a silver body seemed to have changed. Her body exuded a faint, divine light, the qualities like moonlight shining on the earth. This, in the center of the city square, is a huge fountain. Also, the water spraying like stars in the night sky. In the silence of the night, the garden around the fountain is immersed, full of flowers of various colors and responsibilities, emitting a light fragrance. However, starlight shines on this mysterious power, making the entire square filled began to become chaotic. The sudden tranquility of the fluctuation, the guardians gathered together the Olympian gods and shared their expectations for the future eyes in tacit vigilance, understanding. The tranquility of the constellations continues to flow through their bodies. Percy becoming the link triggers that connects an internal and external conflict. Under their protection, the city seems to have new vitality. The battle in the palace, and every corner more intense, is full of vitality, and the silence of the music came from the valley in the distance. In the confrontation, the sound of nature, made by the wind, the tranquility of the treetops at night, seems to have returned. It is like the song of the universe, singing Percy's body still exudes that mysterious constellations in the starry sky are like lights becoming stronger, guiding the way forward. Impact of the fusion, Adrian stared into the distant divine powers, filled with curiosity, and under this peaceful night sky for life. The auras of the Olympian gods, the city gradually the starry sky, is like a kingdom of guardians. Under Percy's guidance, and each constellation, the Olympian gods began to face the mysterious power together. And they realized that it wasn't just Percy's power, new legends, but a resonance between the Olympian gods. The night starlight fell upon them like a sacred cloak, showing signs of reconciliation and understanding. However, just as they were trying to understand the source of this mysterious power, an unusual tremor came from deep in the palace. The ground trembled slightly, and the tranquility of the night seemed to be broken by an uneasy breath. This attracted the attention of the Olympian gods, who stared alertly at the depths of the palace, as an unknown crisis was quietly approaching. The tranquility of the night disappeared instantly, and a depressing atmosphere filled the air under the stars. The faces of the Olympian gods showed alarm as they tacitly prepared themselves for the coming conflict. Under this night sky, the agitation of divine power was in sharp contrast with the tranquility of the night, making the entire palace full of tense tension. As night falls, the starry sky shines with charming brilliance, and the outline of the palace is looming in the night. Percy and the Olympians discussed how to quell the surge of mysterious power in the quiet of the night. They feel a closer connection between the human world and the divine world, and this makes the peace of the night deeper. However, just at this moment of calm, a strong light suddenly pierced the night sky. A dazzling light came from the depths of the palace, and the stars were eclipsed in this sudden light. The faces of the Olympian gods became solemn, and they realized that this light was unusual and might contain some unknown power. As the light gradually rose, the tranquility of the night was broken, and a mysterious and ancient atmosphere filled the air. Percy felt the divine power in his body fluctuate again, and the eyes of the Olympian gods revealed doubt and anxiety. The stars in the night sky seemed to be responding to this surge of mysterious power. They trembled weakly, seeming to warn. In the light, an ancient figure gradually appeared. This is a god from a mysterious age whose appearance shocked the Olympian gods. The tranquility of the night makes this conflict of mysterious forces appear more profound, and the stars seem to be witnessing the encounter and confrontation of the gods. The appearance of this god brought an unusual atmosphere. The tranquility of the night was completely broken, and the conflict between mysterious forces became more intense. Against the backdrop of the stars, Percy and the Olympian gods will face this mysterious battle, and the tranquility of the night completely turns into a tense battlefield. As night falls, the stars illuminate the battle between the Olympian gods and the mysterious deities. Light and stars intertwine in the night sky like a sacred dance. Percy's heart was filled with the search for mysterious power, and his eyes revealed a deep determination. Suddenly, a soft rain of light began to fall from the night sky. This is a symbol of the reconciliation between the Olympian gods and the gods, with light rain falling on each god and wrapping their figures. The tranquility of the night is gradually restored, and the starlight shines in the blue night sky like a quiet and peaceful picture. Percy felt that the divine power in his body was balanced, and his heart became peaceful. This mysterious conflict became a reconciliation between the Olympian gods and gods, and the tranquility of the night resolved all disputes. Under the starry sky, Percy and the Olympian gods stared at the stars at night. Those stars seemed to be telling ancient legends. Finally, the tranquility of the night completely fell. The light rain gradually stopped, and the mysterious power deep in the palace gradually dissipated. The Olympian gods and gods smiled at each other under the night sky, their resonance transcending the boundaries of time. Percy felt a harmony deep in his soul. He knew that he was not only a part of the Olympian gods, but also a link between humans and gods. In this quiet night, Percy and the Olympian gods decided to bring the mysterious power back to the human world and bring peace and tranquility to mankind. The stars at night seem to be dotted with their vows, and the tranquility of the night is warm and peaceful, becoming an intoxicating dream story. With this wonderful ending, the story ends. In this quiet night, readers may also feel a ray of tranquility and warmth. With this tranquility, they bathe in the starlight and fall asleep.